Hello, in this video I would like to introduce you to some of the basic design parameterization studies, trials you can do using Ansys Icepak. For this purpose, we're going to start with a simple model. Within our enclosure, we have a heat source, and then there's a heat sink on top of it, and then there's a fan that sends forced air over the heat sink to extract the heat. For this particular problem, we have two options for the heat sink. We can have a staggered or an inline design. And let me show you what I mean by that. So let's align it like this. So right now, as you can see, we're seeing a staggered design. So if I were to go to the staggered, hide it, and then turn on our inline heatsink design option, this is how the heatsink will look like. And we're going to make a determination by running the two different geometries separately, and we're going to compare the temperature field and decide which design is the better one. We will use a design variable. In this particular case, this variable is going to be the type of a checkbox, meaning, it's going to be a name, it's going to be either staggered or inline. So it's not a numerical parameter, but it's a checkbox type parameter. So let's go ahead and define our parameter. Let's go to our inline heatsink and click edit. And we do want to activate or deactivate the assembly staggered and or inline. So let's right click on active. Let's select a variable. So and call this heatsink. You'll notice that I've placed a $sign in front of it, which makes it a parameter. I'm gonna hit accept. As you notice, this turned green, which means it's parameterized. And then let's say update. And done. What you notice is now the heatsink one, the inline, has moved under inactive. So let's go ahead, do the similar to the staggered. Let's right click on active. And then let's enter heatsink. Let's hit accept. Then let's hit update and done. Alright, so as you notice, also staggered is now under inactive. In next step, we're gonna set up our parameters and parametric run. So what we do is we go to solve, and then we're gonna select run optimization, which is going to bring up the parameters and optimization panel. First, I'd like to click design variables and select heatsink, and let's define a base value of staggered, and then discrete values of staggered and inline. So it would be either staggered or inline. Let's click apply. made a mistype here. I did 2 R's, so let's hit apply again. So now the values are saved. Now we want to go over to trials, and we have staggered inline, and then the mistyped one. So I have a couple of options here. Let's go back. Fix this. 2 G's, yes, hit apply. All right. Then let's go to trials. Now we have 2 cases to be run. Let's have this as ordered 1 and 2. And also give this a restart ID. Okay. So that's good. Now what we want to do is define functions. I'm going to click a new primary function, which is going to bring up this panel. Let's give it a name of Tmax. This stands for maximum temperature. And let's pick maximum temperature of objects here. And let's define our object. And our object is our package. And let's hit accept. Also, let's hit accept here. So now we have defined our primary function. We can hit done and close this panel. For the next step, we're going to go do meshing. So we're going to go to this button here, the mesh button. Just click on it. It's going to bring up our mesh control panel. And let's select our mesh type to measure HD. See, under global, we want to mesh assemblies separately. We're gonna, let's see, keep all the element sizes as they're defined here. And let's hit close for the time being. Let's go ahead and define our problem. So on the top of the panel, we see problem setup. Let's expand it and double click on basic parameters. So our solution is going to have both flow and temperature, so we want to solve for both of them. We do not care for radiation for this particular problem, so I'm going to turn it off, and we'll keep turbulent flow because we have a fan, and then because it's forced convection, not natural convection, we don't need to turn the gravity vector on. And then let's hit accept. Next step is going to the solution settings and double click on basic settings. We want to set the number of iterations to 300. And then we also want to set the energy convergence to 8 e to minus 8. And let's hit accept. Let's also look at our advanced settings just in case. Okay, so we see the defaults, which are good for this case. We almost always want to solve double precision. So let's make this double and then hit accept. So it's always a very good idea to save your model before executing, just in case. So we're just gonna go select save project. Also before run, to determine convergence, we typically want to define monitors. So I'm going to expand package. I'm going to click on our package, hold my left button and move it up and drop it under points. And looks like it was already there, but so we can just inactivate this one. But this is how you would define a monitor point. The other one is essentially we want to look at the velocity. We want to look at the velocity at the Xmax location, which is our exit. So but we're going to be tracking this at every iteration. And if we were to look at our package, we're tracking the temperature here. Now we're ready to execute our model. So we want to go solve and then go back to run optimization. Let's go back to the setup tab. So we want to make sure to do all combinations. Let's do view trials. We can see our two trials here, inline and staggered, so that looks good. Because the geometry is changing, we cannot do a fast trial, so we're going to uncheck allow fast trials. Now that we're ready, we're just going to hit the run button. So as the solution progresses, we have our typical progress window on the top right corner, but what's more, we have our parametric trials window open as well, which is going to show us the progress as the cases are being executed. So let's take a look at the progress. What we can see is the staggered cases running. Convergence looks good. Everything is going down, about to be flattened out. We already have around maybe 115-20 iterations. Monitors are converging well, and we will come back again as we have further progress. Checking back with our simulation. The first simulation with staggered configuration is done. It took about 13 minutes of runtime on 4 processors. As you can see, the inline geometry is being run currently. So now we have our solution done. Looks like it's well converged. Looking at the monitors and the residuals, we have our nice table with under the parametric trials. It shows us our runtime, but also it shows the maximum temperature value. So for the staggered configuration, it's about 38.9 degrees Celsius versus inline. It's at about 1.5 degrees, maybe lower, around 36.6 Celsius. So clearly, the inline design is working better. So we actually have our answer. So we can hit the done button, and then we can dismiss the parametric trials information. An optional, way to look at the solution may be to generate maybe a planar cut. Let's pick a plane through Z center. Let's look at contours of temperature. Hit apply. So this will be our inline solution, where we can see the high to low temperatures with the peak where the heat is being generated. Maybe another way to look at is we can look at some vectors colored by velocity magnitude along this plane. So if we did that, we can see we have this fast flow near the fan as it shoots out. Then it's kind of a uniform flow around the object and the heat sink. So this concludes our presentation for today. Thank you so much for your interest.